Today we're taking a look at New York Islanders versus Boston Bruins match, which is happening on Thursday, March 25, 2021 at 7:05 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. The New York Islanders will travel to the TD Garden on Thursday night to take on the Boston Bruins in an East Division matchup. Their game on Tuesday was postponed due to COVID-19 concerns after 4 Boston players were put in the health and safety protocols. This will be the 5th game between these two franchises, as the Islanders have won all 4 games. The New York Islanders are leading the East Division and are on a 2-game winning streak after defeating the Philadelphia Flyers on the road on Tuesday in a 2-1 overtime win after left winger Anthony Beauvillier scored to win the game. The Boston Bruins are 4th in the East Division and are also on a 2-game winning streak. They last played on Thursday when they defeated the Buffalo Sabres on the road 4-1. These teams are very similar on the defensive side of the ice, so it will be interesting to see how these offenses will be able to attack. Let's take a deeper dive into this matchup to decide where we should be placing our wagers. The New York Islanders resume a 4-game road trip in this one. They open the road swing with a 2-1 victory to the Flyers on Tuesday night for a second consecutive win. New York is battling for first place with the Capitals and recently went on a 9-game winning streak. They are 2-2 since. Matthew Barzal has cooled off recently, posting only 1 point in his last 5 games overall. Overall, the fourth-year center is having another terrific season, collecting 9 goals along with 15 assists. Barzal has been a threat against the Bruins this season, amassing 4 points in 4 meetings. Oliver Wahlstrom continues to produce, recording 5 points in his last 4 performances. The 20-year-old right winger is having a promising rookie year, netting 15 points in 26 games. Nick Leddy continues to log over 20 minutes of ice on the blue line and has 21 points. Isles captain Anders Lee remains out with injury. The Islanders will likely have Semyon Varlamov guard the cage in this one. The veteran netminder hasn't been quite as sharp recently, however he is sporting a dazzling 2.17 GAA and a .923 save percent accompanied by a 13.63 record. New York is scoring an average of 2.9 goals, ranking them 15th in the NHL. They are limiting opponents to 2.2 goals, good for 2nd overall. The Boston Bruins have been average in the early stages of this season, and one of the reasons is the play of center Brad Marchand, who has been playing extremely well to begin the season. The Bruins have a handful of players listed on the injury report, so they will be dealing with a few line switches. He is leading the Bruins in points and assists as he has 34 points this season and has added 6 points in his last 5 games. In the last game against the Buffalo Sabres, he finished with an assist on just a single shot attempt in 1938 on the ice. Marchand has shown the ability to be a leading player and needs to continue to lead this Bruins roster, as New York is a solid defense, so it will be interesting to see how Marchand can attack it. Tuukka Rask and Yaroslav Halak have both spent a good chunk of time in the net this season for the Bruins and have been playing incredibly as a goalie unit. Rask has played in more games, but Halak got the start in the last game. Halak is 7-4-2 this season with 2.06 goals against per game and a 92.1% save rate in the NHL. In his last game against the Buffalo Sabres, he allowed 1 goal on 24 shots. On the season, he allowed 27 goals on 343 shots. Boston, as a team, has allowed 66 goals this season, which is the best in the league. They have been great at killing power plays, as they have allowed 10 power play goals in 94 opportunities. New York is an average scoring team in the NHL, so this will be a chance for the Bruins to test the waters against one of the better offenses in the league. The New York Islanders look to stay hot after winning 11 of their last 13 games. The New York Islanders are averaging 2.9 goals per game and are scoring on 20.7% of their power play opportunities. Anders Lee leads New York with 12 goals, Nick Leddy has 20 assists, and Matthew Barzal has 82 shots on goal. Defensively, the New York Islanders are allowing 2.2 goals per game and are killing 82.3% of their opponents' power plays. Semyon Varlamov has given up 48 goals on 627 shots faced, and Ilya Sorokin has allowed 22 goals on 283 shots. The Boston Bruins need a win after splitting their last 10 games. The Boston Bruins are averaging 2.7 goals per game and are scoring on 25% of their power play opportunities. David Pastrnak leads Boston with 14 goals. Brad Marchand has 22 assists, and Patrice Bergeron has 89 shots on goal. Defensively, the Boston Bruins are allowing 2.3 goals per game and are killing 89.4% of their opponents' power plays. Tuukka Rask has given up 35 goals on 371 shots faced, and Yaroslav Halak has allowed 27 goals on 343 shots. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. When at their best, these two teams play very similar styles. They rely on their defensive efforts to keep them in games while scoring enough goals to win. Usually, the Bruins are the best in the league in terms of playing that style of hockey. However, through the first half of this season, that hasn't been the case. The Islanders are slightly more dominant defensively, have received better goaltending than Boston, and have had a much better offensive attack to support their defensive prowess. Boston hasn't played in a week, so we're faced with the age-old question of the benefits of rest versus the potential of rust. Maybe the week off will allow the Bruins to regain the form we've come to expect from them, but if they pick up where they left off, then the Isles should be able to take advantage. The Islanders are one of the hotter teams in the league and have been for quite some time. Even without Lee, New York has won 4 of 6 games. The Isles have won 18 of their last 24 games with multiple extended winning streaks in that period. The Islanders do a good job of staying in every game. Their defense and goaltending keeps games close even if they are playing poorly. Any chance I get to play them as an underdog, I'll do it. I think New York wins this game around 50% of the time, so at plus money, they're a good bet. My first betting advice for that game is to pick New York Islanders plus 105. The Islanders are 4-1 in their last 5 road games and 16-5 in their last 21 overall. The Bruins are 9-3 in their last 12 Thursday games. The under is 36-16-3 in Islanders' last 55 road games. The under is 9-1-1 in Bruins' last 11 overall. The Islanders are 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. The home team is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. The underdog is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. The Islanders continue to get the job done, and are establishing themselves as one of the best teams in the NHL. They have now won 11 out of their last 13 games overall. The Bruins have been inconsistent recently as they have only won 3 out of their last 7 clashes. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 5.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.